right. Hello, my loves. Welcome and welcome back to my channel, Soup for the Soul Tarot on my YouTube and Tea Time Tarot on TikTok. So, I have pre-shuffled the cards for a pick a card for the sign of Libra. Okay, Sun, Moon, Rising, or any other strong placements you feel you have in your chart or in your charts, plural. Okay, so I'm open. You could just be in this energy as well. Perhaps you just don't have this sign in your chart, and that's fine. Perhaps you're just resonating in this energy, and I would ask you to just keep an open mind, and maybe, just maybe, there's a message for you here tonight that can apply for you in the month of April. All right, so take a few deep breaths here and maybe meditate for a minute or so, and pick your card that you feel most drawn towards. All right. All right, I am going to start with those that were drawn to this card over here. Let's see what we have. What's the forecast for the month of April? We have wishes fulfilled, 5 of Keys. Such a beautiful card there, right? So, in the month of April, I feel like you guys are really focused on your home. Maybe you're just enjoying being at home. Some of you may have taken some time off from work, or maybe you're literally going somewhere like a vacation. Some of you could spending some time in, a cabin in the woods or something like this, or in a more rural area even as well. Perhaps going camping is on your to-do in the month of April. Okay, but there's something here about concentrating on the home in April. Maybe you find that you're cooking more. Maybe, you're decorating your home. I feel like you're admiring it, seeing what needs to be changed, but that's kind of what I'm seeing here. So let's get into some tarot and see what else is going on for you. Okay. Also, I feel you guys may be collecting some new things, or maybe you're finally organizing your collectibles, your collectible items, or just, the items that just mean a lot to you. Perhaps it's a statement piece, perhaps it's an antique. Okay. But whatever it is, it's meaningful to you. It has value to you. What's going on? I also feel a single energy here as well. Again, you could be spending more time alone. Perhaps you are in a single energy. Okay. We have the King of Wands in the reverse. We have the 5 of Cups. We have the 2 of Swords in the reverse. Okay. And we have the King of Swords in the reverse. Interesting. Bottom of the deck, we have the Magician. Choices, choices, choices. You could be torn between two lovers, or perhaps just two people on your mind that have just been significant to you in some way, that have had an impact in your life. I do feel with the Five of Cups, though, there was some kind of falling out between you and these people that kind of catapulted you into this energy of confusion. So maybe you're confused as to how you feel about these two people in your life. Maybe you're not really sure who to pick. You know, perhaps you're having to choose one over the other. Or maybe you're thinking about both of them a little too much, regardless of the situation. And maybe nothing's really working out between you and maybe either of these two people. But I feel like instead you're pulling back your energy and focusing on your home, because you feel as if you have no control over your love life right now. You know, you're like, well, there's nothing really I can do. Maybe also you're realizing that if you're dealing with two people, or you're dealing with two or more people, you know, or you're thinking about at least two or more people, you may be having this realization that they have a lot of red flags, or these qualities that wouldn't be good for a relationship with you. And maybe you're thinking like, why do I keep running into these duds? You know, maybe they look like they would be good options, right? Maybe with their careers, or maybe with their looks, you know, something about them being reputable in the world. But, you know, maybe they aren't very emotionally mature. And you're like, well, what's the point of dating, you know, these people if, you know, maybe they're ego driven. Maybe they have too much pride. Maybe all they talk about is their work, you know, and how right they think they are, you know, and or perhaps, again, they could be emotionally immature and just look attractive, and you're like, oh, I don't really like that. You know, I don't really like that. So instead, I'm just going to focus on myself, because that seems like the only real option for me and my home. But I do feel like they definitely see you as attractive, but it's almost as if like they may not be treating you very well. These could be players, or again, just immature people, or people that just had not that great of a mentality, you know. Perhaps they're too egotistical or prideful. Anyways, what's happening here in regards to love and romance? Because I do feel like that's where you feel like you're most uncertain about. What's going on here? Yeah, you're like, where are the gentlemen? Topaz, blindness. There's none so blind as those who will not listen. And that's the problem that you're having. is that you feel like these people are not really listening to you. Maybe they're not really hearing you out, or they're not interested in what you have to say. They only care about themselves. Or, you know, maybe you find that they're kind of daft. Something I want to say, or like dumb. And you're like, dang, I really am struggling to find my person, to find someone I can really vibe with. Okay, overall message. Okay, too many cards. I'm just going to pull the one that flipped in the upright, which is number 29, and that could be significant for you. The number 29. You could be 29. Doesn't have to be, of course. 29 reduces to the number 11, which is a master number. And if you believe in reducing this master number, it reduces to the number 2. And then we did have the 2 of swords in reverse underneath this, right? And then we had that magician energy, that Gemini energy. Again, it's about making a choice, making a decision, but being unable to, feeling at a standstill, and instead choosing to focus on yourself and on your home. But yes, you definitely dream of your ideal romantic partner. You're thinking heavily about them, hoping that one day you'll come across them, you'll bump into them one day. All right. Ooh, excuse me for a minute. I do have to run to the bathroom, and there's no way to currently pause this since I am live. So I will be right back. All right. Thanks to those that waited. Sorry about that. But I feel like you guys may be taking a break, honestly. And just trying to remain optimistic and getting a hold of things you can, for instance, materials around the home, goods around the home, food. But yeah, that is what I see for pile 1. If this resonated, hope you choose to hit the follow button and maybe subscribe to my YouTube channel, Soup for the Soul Tarot. And don't forget to hit the like button on your way out. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you to pile 1. All right, moving on to those that chose this card number 2, or pile number 2. What is the forecast for the month of April? Okay. So we have the waterfall, 6 of forces in the reverse, and this is what it looks like in the upright position. Okay. Okay. So, in the month of April, I also feel like you guys may be in a single kind of energy, just like those that chose pile number 1. So maybe pile number 1 has a message for you, and perhaps it's worth listening to for those that are obviously watching this after it's posted on YouTube and not live. But yeah, I feel like you're trying to maintain your peace and you're just in a single energy. Also, something I'm getting as well is you guys, I don't know, I feel like you would like to live far away, or maybe you do live far away from the city. I'm thinking the city life may not be for you, for those that chose this pile, and if it doesn't resonate, perhaps this is not a reading for you, and I would try to maybe choose a different pile. But I just feel like these are the people that would like to live, you know, in rural areas, perhaps near national parks or in the countryside, you know, but you want to be maybe more in tune with nature, or you would just like some open air, some space, and the city is just too stuffy for you. You just need to kind of get away. At least in the month of April, you're feeling like you need to get away. I feel like for those that are in a more congested area, like again, such as a city, or maybe it's your own home. Maybe there's just too many people living in your house or in your apartment, or there's, you know, it's just a lot of crowding going on at work or something like that. But I just feel like you guys are feeling like you're suffocating, feeling overwhelmed, and just need room to breathe. And again, feeling stuck and not liking that. You guys need to be free. All right, let's pull some tarot here. You could be pioneers, or people that, you know, want the freedom to pave their own path. Also, you guys may partake in like backpacking, or again, camping or something like this. You guys, I feel like, are explorers. At least in the month of April. Let's see what's going on for you. Okay. So, we have the 7 of Cups, the 3 of Cups, the 2 of Swords. Okay. And we have the 4 of Wands. On the deck, the 6 of Cups in the reverse. Okay. So, I feel like with a 7 of Cups energy here, there's a lack of clarity. You're confused with the 2 of Swords. What do you choose? What do you want to do? Where do you want to go? How do you want to live? And I feel like you're torn. Some of you, this could be in love. But, okay, so I'm just going to cover all the different scenarios I'm seeing here. And it could be all the above, so take what resonates. It could be in love, where you're wanting to come together with someone that's very special to you. Someone that you don't want anyone else to have. But for some of you, this person may already be taken. Or this person just gets a lot of attention. And you're worried, you know, you're not going to be quick enough to make your move, or your move won't be effective enough, you know. So if you've been contemplating on speaking to this person and letting them know that you're interested in some way or another, right? Obviously, you don't want to scare them off if you don't really know them very well, but at least express your interest in them in some way. It doesn't have to be super direct. It depends on where you are, right? Obviously, if you have been talking to this person for some time, maybe it is time to express that you would like more, you know, in this relationship, and you're kind of interested in being more exclusive with them or something like that, and that would make you happy. However, if this is not a love situation here, I feel like, you know, this is being torn between what kind of lifestyle you would like to live. Maybe, you know, you're hearing a lot of different opinions from people saying like, yeah, I don't want to, you know, for instance, live in a rural area because maybe there aren't very many work opportunities there, you know, or maybe you aren't able to network or, you know, meet people in a rural area, or as many people in a rural area. And you're like torn because you're like, well, I want to move, you know, to this place that's maybe more rural. Maybe, you know, it's just different from where from where you are. And you're hearing all these negative comments or negative feedback, and you're like, I don't know what to do. But at the same time, you're not happy here, you know? Or it may not be that you're not happy here. Maybe you're not feeling any which way about being here. You're like, maybe it's not too bad, but something is telling you that you need to move. Something is telling you that you need to relocate. And I feel like that is your intuition that's trying to speak to you about going after this desire, this wish. But again, you're mentally conflicted because you're thinking about all the things that can go wrong, and you're hearing, you know, again, like different opinions that may be affecting your point of view. Let's see what else we have for you. Especially if you're doing well at your job, you know, people may be discouraging you from moving. Maybe there's a better opportunity for you to be promoted or something like this, or have the influence you would like to where you are, maybe because you already have a network circle here. You already have some kind of support system here, even if it's people that are willing to back you up or side with you at work. And starting all over again is very daunting, and you don't know if you're going to have the same success. But let's see here. Okay, so we have citrine, illusion. Everything you can imagine is real. So there may be this dream. Bottom of the deck, look, change. Be the change that you wish to see in the world. So I do feel like you may have had a childhood dream that you always wanted to fulfill. But the reality of your situation makes you feel pessimistic about, your odds of success with whatever this dream or desire is. And again, I do feel like you're allowing your illusions, the illusion of fear, to get in your way of your success. Let's see if we can pull an advice card here instead. We have number 20. It's like a garden here. So with this, I'm feeling you may be in a nice place or a nice area, or something about where you are is actually very nice. There's not much to complain about. Maybe you have really good access to resources or different options where you are. Again, you may be in a pretty good position, or you could be placed in a pretty good position if you were to stay. However, you do feel caged, you're like, part of you is like, well, is this it? Is this it for me? Because I do feel like you want more, you want to be free from this place. Again, I really feel like a lot of you here really want to relocate or to pursue your dreams. To definitely take a step outside of your comfort zone for sure, and to challenge yourself to see if you can be successful doing something else, or challenge yourself to see if you could be successful elsewhere. All right, but that is your decision on what you want to do. But the advice I feel like for you is, honestly, it's really up to you. I think you're really good here, but I know you're not happy here. So will you follow your heart? Or will you remain in your comfort zone? It's really up to you. I feel like, this is more of a personal preference, but I'm personally afraid of living with coulda, shoulda, woulda. I don't want to have very many regrets, at least the heavy ones, at least the ones that to me really matter. And so from my perspective, I would say to try to take a walk on the wild side and to try to challenge yourself to do something else. To go after maybe a dream that you once held or you once had. All right. Thank you for those that chose this card or pile 2. If that resonated, hope you choose to hit the follow button and maybe subscribe to my YouTube channel, Soup for the Soul Tarot. But definitely hit the like button on your way out. Sorry, I'm going to flip these and move on to those that chose card number 3 to this group over here. Hello, welcome. And what is the forecast for you guys in the month of April? We have 2 of Keys, the Treasure. Okay. So I'm seeing a man here. Obviously, there's an image of a man. You could be a woman. Maybe you're resonating in masculine energy, but it doesn't have to be. Just take what resonates for you. But I am seeing this man here that feels like he made a mistake. Maybe there's this daunting realization that he tripped up. You know, I do feel like for most of you, this is romantic. This could be your person also. Maybe the energy is, you know, interchangeable in this situation. I do feel like somebody here thinks that they've made a bad decision or the wrong decision, and they're full of regret. It's funny, in the last pile I was just talking about regrets, and I feel like this person may have been too sure, I guess, of themselves. Maybe they were ignorant before, and they've come to this realization after a tower moment that they were wrong in the way that they acted, the way that they handled the situation, or maybe whoever they sided with. I do feel like there's this realization, though, in the month of April for those that chose this card, or maybe for your person, if that's what resonates here, that that they shouldn't have said what they did, or they shouldn't have done what they did. All right, let's pull some tarot. So I'm seeing a mine here. I don't know, you could work in the mining industry. I don't know how, you know, I don't think that's very common these days, but it's definitely still happening. We still need minerals, you know, still need minerals, and, you know, we still mine a lot of our jewels. They're not all made in the lab, and but it doesn't have to be. You could also be doing like a physical labor job. Perhaps you work late shifts or night shifts or something like that, or maybe you're away from home when you work, and maybe you don't really see the light of day a lot. I just feel like you're in a room that doesn't have much natural light. But again, take what resonates here. Maybe that's for someone specific. All right. All right, we have the Nine of Cups, the Three of Swords in the reverse, the Seven of Cups, the Ten of Cups in the reverse. Yep, bottom of the deck we have the King of Cups. Okay. So, you or your person, okay, may have not spoken your truth to someone that you had feelings for. And this person may now be with somebody else. Or there's a lot of fear that maybe this person is already with somebody else. You do feel like you stabbed yourself in the foot. Okay, maybe you wanted so many things. Maybe you really were unsure about this person or going down their direction. I do feel like you were more focused on work, or again, for cross watchers here, maybe it might be your person that was really focused on work. But I do feel like this person may have been, for some of you, a best friend or somebody that you really got along well with here. But I'm really seeing a good friend or somebody that you could feel really comfortable talking to here. I feel like this pile suppressed their feelings and did not acknowledge them. Maybe you didn't really know that you felt very deeply for this person until after you had left. Okay? Or until after you lost this person to somebody else. And honestly, I feel like you're thinking maybe it's too late. Maybe it's too late, you know? Also, for some of you, maybe you weren't ready for a relationship or a deeper connection at the time. All right. About this connection, what's going on with you and this person that's on your mind? Show me. Okay. We have Rudraksha Zen. Walk as if you are kissing the earth with your feet. Yeah. And I do feel like also I want to say like ship, being on a ship. I don't know, maybe you're on a ship. Maybe you work I don't know, like downstairs. I don't know what you call that. But you know, you work downstairs in the ship or something like that. Again, where you don't really see a lot of light. But when it comes to this relationship, maybe you have something that holds sentimental value that reminds you of this person or reminds you of this connection. Doesn't necessarily have to be, but I really feel like this person holds a very special place in your heart. And when you're feeling uneasy, the thought of this person brings you peace. And you would like to see this person again. I want to say you would love to see this person again. Let's pull another card here. So, what's going to happen here in this connection? Okay, we have number 31, and it's an image of the sun. Okay, I do feel like you're being guided to heal this connection. I do feel like this connection is going to heal and to come back around for a lot of you. Maybe not for all of you, but for a lot of you, I do feel like this connection is going to heal and come back together. At the very least, as friends first. So I do feel like you guys are going to establish this friendship once again, because I do feel like there's distance between you and this person now. So maybe there's been a lack of communication for some time. But yeah, I do feel like for a lot of you, this connection is faded. And there at least is supposed to be a friendship with you. This person is supposed to be a part of your journey. All right. Thank you for those that chose this pile or this card. If that resonated, I hope you choose to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Soup for the Soul Tarot, or hit the follow button on my TikTok, Tea Time Tarot. All right. And please hit the like button on your way out. All right, guys, that is it. Sorry for the long wait earlier. I had no control over that, though. But thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys later. Bye!